Hey guys, welcome to Digit.in, and this is not a comparison video really in the true sense of the name, because it isn't an apples to apples comparison. It is more what you guys wanted and we're delivering. This is a comparison between the Redmi Note 3 and the Redmi 3S Prime. Now we are comparing the 3GB variants of each because in our opinion you should stay away from the 2GB variants of these devices. I mean, you should get the best bang for your buck, right? So on popular demand, here is our comparison between the Redmi Note 3 and the Redmi 3S Prime. The Redmi Note 3 offers a metal body with a curved back that feels smooth matte finish. In terms of form factor, it is well proportioned and comfortable to use for a device with a 5.5-inch screen. The extra smooth finish at the back does make it a bit too slippery and prone to accidental falls. The shiny front metal edge is scuff prone. The paint does come off rather easily and impacts the look of the smartphone. The Redmi 3S Prime, on the other hand, looks like the Note 3's younger brother. The positioning of the camera is different, and being a 5-inch device, it is a lot more ergonomic and fits comfortably in one's hands. The metal trims on the front also differ from the Redmi Note 3. They make the display seem pushed inside. The fingerprint sensor on both the smartphones is responsive and blazing fast, so there are no complaints here. Now both the smartphones have an identical design when it comes to their look and feel, but of course there is a slight difference with the size and the placement of the camera. Next up we have the display and the user interface. Both the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 and the Redmi 3S Prime have the MIUI 7 running on the smartphone. Xiaomi's MIUI is one of the better UIs in terms of customization and extras, which somewhat helps in offering more value to the buyer. It's easy to use and navigate and removes the apps drawer completely. When it comes to the display, however, the Redmi Note 3 has a 5.5-inch 1080p display, whereas the Redmi 3S Prime has a 5-inch 720p display. Both the displays perform well for their price point, although if you ask us, we think the display of the Redmi 3S is ideal for those looking to save on battery life and don't mind the 294 ppi. Now the display on both the smartphones are pretty good, especially when you consider the price point. The Redmi Note 3 has a 16-megapixel camera with face detection autofocus. It is fast in terms of focusing and capturing speed, but the core image quality degrades rapidly in low light. The Redmi 3S Prime, on the other hand, has a 13-megapixel rear camera. Images shot are good under bright conditions, but show noise in poorly lit situations, indoor and night shots. This, though, is acceptable in this price range. Now the Redmi Note 3 doesn't have the best camera, especially when you consider the price point, and it is kind of similar to the Redmi 3S Prime. However, having said that, the Redmi 3S Prime's camera is pretty good, especially when you consider the price that you're getting it for. Coming to gaming, the Redmi Note 3 can run all the games you throw at it without breaking a sweat. Graphically heavy games load fast and their execution was a delight as well. When it comes to the Redmi 3S Prime, the device can handle heavy games well too, but the trained eye will see some frame drops here and there. Heavy apps also take some time to load. Of course, this isn't an apples to apples comparison, since the Snapdragon 650 outperforms the Snapdragon 430 by miles. Now the Redmi Note 3 is the clear winner when it comes to the gaming performance. Coming to the performance, if you're looking for a powerful smartphone, you'll have to choose the Redmi Note 3. It is way more powerful than the Redmi 3S Prime. The Redmi 3S Prime is no child though when it comes to performance. In our test, the phone ran smoothly no matter what. For regular usage, the Redmi 3S Prime shows no stutters or lags, and app load times are high only when heavy apps are used. Now with overall performance, of course, the Redmi Note 3 is the clear winner thanks to the Snapdragon 650 SoC when compared to the Snapdragon 430. However, for the price you pay for the Redmi 3S Prime, it is a great performer. Coming to the battery, the Redmi Note 3 packs in a powerhouse of a battery. In terms of real-world usage, on a full charge, we were easily able to get through a full day of heavy usage with 15% of battery left at the end of the day. The Redmi 3S Prime has a 4100 mAh battery, slightly bigger than the Redmi Note 3, and it lasts much longer than the latter. The phone can easily get you through 2 days of above average use, and that's very good. Now when it comes to the battery life, of course the Redmi 3S Prime takes the cake. It not only has a higher mAh battery, but it also has a 720p smaller display which consumes less battery. For the price you pay, both the smartphones are great value for money propositions. With the Redmi Note 3, you get a great display, good battery life and fast overall performance. With the Redmi 3S Prime, you get a great battery life, good overall performance and a crisp display. Both the smartphones have a good metal build. So here is answering the big question, which one should you consider and why? Well, if you have a budget of about 12,000 rupees, then go for the Redmi Note 3. It's a great device, it has good battery life, it has a good display, it has good overall performance. But if you are on a tight budget, let's say you have maximum capabilities of 9,000 rupees to spend on a smartphone, then you can consider the Redmi 3S Prime as well. It is a great smartphone, especially for the value it brings with its features and performance. So there you have it. It isn't an apples to apples comparison considering the hardware and price bracket these two smartphones fill, but overall they both are great for the price you are paying. As always, you can let us know what you thought of this video in the comment section below. If you want to see a comparison between specific products, you can let us know in the comparison for what comparisons you want to see in the comment section below. And as always, you can subscribe to the Digit YouTube channel for more videos like this one.